for myself. All right. Let's come into the seat position, whatever the seated position which is comfortable for you. With your chest nice and open, with your spine nice and straight. Just to take a few minutes to get ourselves settled down on the mat. And just take a natural breath in and out. Feeling your body. Finding yourself in stillness and get comfortable here. Maybe spending this few minutes in the beginning to set your intention of your practice. We're gonna start opening our lungs. So let's take a nice inhale. You're gonna circle your arms out and reach up, palms together. And go ahead, exhale through the mouth. Bring your hands to heart center. Repeating, inhaling. And exhale. Take a breath in. Expand your lungs. And exhale. Let's do 3 more times. Each one, listen deep. Feeling your lungs expands. And as you exhale, feel all the way to the bottom of your stomach. Exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. Just one more. And exhale. Your spine remain nice and straight and bring your hands on top of your shoulders. You're gonna start making circle with your elbows. Let's go one direction for 10 times. All the while aware of your breathing. Never stop breathing. And then switch direction after 10. And go ahead, relax. Let's bring your right hand to the mat and left arm up and over, right over your upper ear. And start to tilt your whole upper body to the side. So you can adjust your bottom hand, maybe more away from your body. Stretching the side of your ribs. Keeping your neck comfortable position, so maybe looking down or look up. And next inhale, slowly come on back up and switch sides. So right arm up and over. And slowly come on back. Bring your both hands behind your body. Interlace your fingers and squeeze your palms together if you can. And drop your shoulders down as much as you're able. Think about long neck you're creating. And roll your shoulder blade back. I'm gonna hold it here for a couple of breaths. And slowly release. Lots of circulation to the hands. We're gonna come into all fours. So coming onto the knees and the hands. Hands normal position, so fingers facing forward, your knees directly under your hips, and start to arch your back and looking up toward the sky. And on your next exhale, round your back and chin tucked. Shrug your shoulders towards your ears. We go back and forth. Take a breath in to arch and look up and exhale to round. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more. You're gonna hear your own sound of your breath as a life force. Nice and smooth and even exhale. And you're gonna open up your knees a little wider and come into child's pose. Bring your big toes touch and lower the hips all the way down. You want to extend your arms forward. So elbows off the mat. And then really sink your hips down towards your heels. Try to create a little more stretch around your lower spine. Bring your head down to the mat. Roll your forehead to side across your shoulders. And come on back to center. I'm gonna start to move your torso from here. So on your inhale, lift your hands and slide your torso forward. Open your feet apart if you need to, and sink your hips down. So mini back bends. And exhale, move your torso back to child's pose. So we go back on pose. Inhale. Look up and exhale. And continue on. You synchronize the movement with your breath. And exhale to stretch all the way down. Couple more times. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhaling. Kumasta. And exhale. All right, come on back to center. All fours, hands and knees. I'm gonna turn your wrist. Still wanna do a little bit of a stretch on my wrist. So your fingers facing towards you. Press the heels of the hands firmly to the mat with all 10 fingers wide open. This itself is a great stretch. If you have any more room to go, move your hips back a couple inches. Stretching side of your arms, your elbows. One more time. Move your hips back a couple inches and hold. And release your fingers forward. Before you do the upper back stretching, I'm going to have you come back to the seat position again. I'm going to do a little bit of the neck stretching. So let's drop your left hand to the mat and your right arm up and over. Cover your left ear. Keep your face forward so you're not looking down. You're looking forward and start to tilt your head to the right side. Once you reach the first edge or good stretching point, when I use your left hand, so drop your left shoulder down as low as you're able. Help you to create more space for the here. And keep your head tilted, but release your hand from the top and your right hand to the opposite ear and push your head align back to center. I want to do the other side. So right hand down, And left arm up and over. Cover your ear. So keep your eye gaze facing forward and tilt your head to the left side. So even the side of the neck, we have an imbalance between both sides. Maybe you put the phone on the same ears and ears. So one side slightly feeling shorter than the other. Drop your right shoulder down, 2 more breath. And then keep your head tilted. Release your hand. Bring your hand to the opposite ear back to center. Both hands behind your neck. And interlace your fingers behind you and elbows in towards your face. Tuck your chin and start to come down. You're gonna get the length in the cervical spine. You're kind of pulling your skull with your fingers. Now come down only halfway. You don't have to access all the spine, just the top part. Once you get the good length, keep your chin tucked. Breathe through your nose for this one. Inhale and exhale. And on your inhale, come on back up. Release your hands down to your knees. And we'll just one counter pose. Bring your chin up, looking up toward the sky. So keep your long neck, head back, and the eyes back. And slowly come on back. And I'm gonna have you guys come back to all fours, hands and knees. So let's make sure your hips directly over your knees, and take your right arm and drop down to the mat. Your right palm facing up toward the sky. And take a few moments right here. We're gonna try to look up toward the ceiling. Use your left hand, which is right in front of your face. So like a kickstand, and opening up just slightly. So just itself should feel on the back of your scapula, shoulder. Keep your bottom hand relaxed, your right fingers, your palm, your elbow, forearm. So only if you're comfortable here, you're gonna step very gently, step your left leg out to the side. So you're digging your big toe and maybe second toe onto the mat. So that will be your balancing point now. And start to more look behind your left shoulder. By changing your eye gaze, your body can go a little more different place without falling backwards. That's last adjustment maybe. Release your left hand, the top arm behind your back. And start to open your chest. So roll your left shoulder back. Your chest start to face up, almost like a little spinal twist. Really feel the body weight happening on your bottom shoulder, your upper back, stretching your scapula. Couple more breaths here. Love this stretch. Make sure your neck is comfortable though. To come out of your position, you're gonna release your left hand in front of your face and gently step back with your left leg. I'm gonna come back to center. Lots of circulation going to your arm, your shoulder. Gonna go to the other side. Spun around to the other side so I can look at you guys in the camera. So drop your left shoulder down. Each side is different, so I always like to stay in the first position and see how I feel. Going through all the checkpoint, really relaxing your left fingers, elbow, your forearm. And only if you're ready, gently step out with your right leg. So use your big toe to dig into the mat. So don't fall backwards. But I start to change your eye gaze more beyond your right shoulder. And once you're here, release your right arm all the way behind your back and start to bind. So this will help you to access your top shoulder part, your shoulder joint, your pec, your chest. Start to roll out, opening up. Make sure you go enough that you don't strain your neck. So you can keep your chin tucked, eye gaze back. Couple more breaths here in a finished position. And slowly release your right hand in front of your face. And gently step back with your right leg. And come on back to the center. All right. I don't know if you guys have a block. I'm gonna open your shoulder to opposite direction now. So maybe you can have like a pillow, anything to get a little bit of the height. Okay, so your block in front of you and your palm facing each other. Okay, and then just like going to child's pose, so stretch your arm forward. I'm stretching my block as well. And once my arms are straight and not be able to go anymore, start to sink the head down. So head goes down between the armpit. All the while, keep your hips low towards the heels. So your forehead may not touch the mat for this one. That's okay. Just drop all the way down. Just do the good opening on your shoulders, scapula. Two more breaths. And on your inhale, slowly lift your hands. Go ahead and remove the whatever the prop you were using. Come down to your elbow to the mat. So this one, gonna get your elbow walking maybe 2, maybe 3 times, a little bit more forward and palms together to touch. Cross your thumbs and bring your hands behind your head. It's almost like a prayer position. Down. And once you get into the position, maybe you can walk your elbows one more time forward and hold here. And on your inhale, slowly raise your hands. Come on back to all fours and cross your legs behind you. And sit down on your butt. Open your legs apart. Come into straddle position. Sit back on your hips. Make sure they're even. So right side and left side. And start to tilt your body towards your right leg. So you want to do this part without collapsing. Your chest facing forward, your right elbow either on top of your knee or slightly inside of the knee. And left arm up and over. So this is like similar to the first position we have done a few minutes ago. Keep your head looking up toward the sky. Hold here. You want to keep your both hips grounded, so you don't want to come too far away to the right side. Now from here, you're going to turn your upper body, your chest facing down towards your right leg. So now you're kind of feeling collapse slightly. Bring your hands either side of your right leg around your back and bring your forehead towards your shin. It doesn't have to touch, just do the forward bending position. You should be feeling the stretch underneath of your right leg and also gentle stretch on your back, your spine. You can grab your foot, otherwise hands to the mat. Couple breaths here. And on your inhale, slowly come on back. So come upright position again and bring your right hand behind your tailbone. So your thumb behind your tailbone and left arm up and over. Try to grab the outside of your right leg. So for me, I'm grabbing the side of the quads. Is okay. And you're gonna lift your chest and going to the twist. So turn your chin towards your right shoulder, look behind you, and twist. All those small posture will lead into the bigger ones later on. So right now I'm trying to loosen up the muscle around the spine by moving in all sorts of directions. So let's go to the other side. So left elbow in front of your left knee, right arm up and over. So this first part is a side stretch. So looking up toward the sky, keep your right hip grounded if you can. Couple breaths. And slowly bring your chin down, chest facing towards your left leg. Walk your hands either side of your left leg and round your back. If your knee bent and come up a little bit off the mat, which is very normal, so don't force with your knee pushing down. As long as you're feeling a stretch on your hamstring, that's great. Bring your forehead towards your shin, holding. On your next inhale, come on back to upright position. And let's bring your left hand right behind your tailbone. This is your kickstand, and you're gonna make your spine nice and tall. Lifting through your sternum and right arm up and over. Grab hold of outside of your leg, maybe side of your quads. Chest up one more time as you breath in. And as you exhale, look over and twist. One more time, look back and twist. And slowly come on back. Let's bring your legs together and lay down on your back. Ooh, you guys earned it. So on your mat, I'm gonna make your spine nice and flat per se, even though our spine is not completely flat. So feet onto the mat, bend the knees, both arms out to the side, and moving slowly, knees to the right and left, like a windshield wiper. Slow version of it. So just go to the right side and left side. Kind of checking in with your range of motion as of now. Maybe still feeling kind of tight and intense around the lower back. Checking in with a little movement. And we are coming back to center. Scoot your left heel towards your hip or bun and right foot up and your right ankle on top of your left knee. So coming to eye of the needle position. And spend a few minutes here, or maybe a few moments. Use your right hand to push your right knee away from your body. So So first hip opening pose today. I'm gonna go nice and gentle degree. So the first position here, I always feel the stretch, a good stretch on the side of my waistline. So feeling like a tugging sensation on the skin, very normal. So you can absolutely stay here if you're feeling your hips are tight. It's a good place. And if you're gonna go a little bit more, you're gonna lift your left foot off the mat and take a bind both heads behind your left thigh. Once you interlace your fingers, bring your head down again, chin down, roll your shoulders back. So this is a little bit different stretch from the first stage. You're gonna feel more on your glutes, on the knees, maybe in the edge of the hamstring and glutes. Always having a nice stillness will give you more benefit in each pose. So you guys know that if I stop talking, we're just holding. The Wi-Fi is okay, I think. So the last part here, eye of the needle pose. I like to stretch my hamstrings to extend your left leg up to the sky and flexing through the heel as if you're kicking the ceiling with your left heel. Those the flexion of your toes. And I'm gonna go back to the second position. And reversing order to come down to the first position. So eventually left foot down to the mat, both arms out to the side. And from here, you're gonna move your lower body. So from the waist down, your legs coming into the left side. Keep your right shoulder pressed to the mat and turn your chin towards your right shoulder. Go ahead and hold. This is another one of my favorite twisting position for the lower back. And aiming two things in one shot. Still opening the hip and twisting your spine. And come on back. Let's go to the other side for just for a moment. Move your legs to the right side and turn your chin to the left shoulder. We're accessing a side stretch on your left side. Inhale to come back. And let's release your legs in happy baby position. So feet up facing toward the ceiling and grab inside of your feet like a handlebar with your both hands. So once you get hold of your feet, start to roll your tailbone down towards the mat. So you might start with your hips kind of rolling off the mat. Gonna roll your tailbone down. Okay. And then open your heels apart, nice and wide. Should be wider than your shoulders. Also knees are open apart. And press the feet with your hands. So a little bit of the arm strength. Your feet are resisting, so feet are pressing against the hands. So those are opposite pose happening here. Tuck your chin, shoulders down. You're gonna breathe out all the way towards your lower back to the tailbone. You might feel intensely around your groin. That's very normal. And keep your spine same position, but release your fingers and grab inside of your knees. So kind of similar to the previous position, but your legs are way more away from each other. Almost straight legs. Tailbone down. Holding for a few moments. So accessing more on your hamstring here. And come on back, knees to the chest, and lower the feet down to the mat. All right, so let's do the other sides. So we start with the eye of the needle position. Always scoot your right heel towards your bum and left foot up on top on your right knee. You can also do this pose against the wall, which is kind of nice for the second stage. You don't have to hold it. But for now, the first position, use your left hand and push your left knee away from your chest. Chin tucked. See how you feel on the side of your waist, maybe lower back, around the left side. If you're ready, lift your right foot off the mat and reach and grab behind your right thigh. Once you interlock your fingers with a good grip, bring your head down again. Chin tucked, shoulders down. And if you're ready, this is kind of optional. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Keep the heel up and flex your toes. And to come out of the position, gonna let go of your heel down. Relax your fingers. Go back to the first stage of this pose. Both arms out to the side. And this time, move your legs to the right. And turn your chin towards your left shoulder. And on your inhale, come on back to the center, and let's go to the other side for a moment. Move your legs all the way to the left side and turn your chin towards your right shoulder. Once again, once you get in that position, it's like a slow cooker. All you need to do is just wait. Wait with your breath. How the benefit comes. Like a magic. Slowly come on back to the center. You're gonna release your legs and come into the happy baby position again. So grab hold of inside of your feet. Once you get the handle, bring your tailbone all the way rolling towards the mat. So breathe towards your tailbone, lower back, your sacrum. So this time, as you press the tailbone down, move your legs, lower body to the right side. Maybe your right foot touch the mat. And come on back to center and go to the other side, all the way to the left. Come on back. One more time, rolling to the side. Try to keep your hips down low at the same time. That's the hard part. Come on back and left side. Also, we might need a little bit of the core strength not to roll all the way to the side. Release your fingers and grab inside of your knees this time. So more straight legs. Legs away from each other and holding. This is the straddle pose, kind of up in the air. You can also do this pose against the wall or sit on your butt like we did earlier. And slowly release, knees to the chest, And both legs down toward the mat. Heels side by side. And bring your arms over the head. And grab your left wrist with your right fingers. And roll your shoulders a couple inches, turning to the right side. Okay, just do a few moments in banana position. Walk your feet 2 times, maybe 3 times at max to the right side. Keep your lower back relaxed, chin tucked, couple breaths. And we're coming back to center. Switch sides, grab your right wrist with your left fingers and roll your shoulders to the left side. So it's very easy to start to arch the back. So try to relax your whole back muscle. Walk your feet to the left side. Just a couple breaths here. Lots of space you're creating on the side of your body today. And come on back to center. Bend the knees. Bring your arms behind your legs and start to rock back and forth to come up. You go right into another hip opening pose from here. Go ahead and come into down dog. So downward facing dog position. You can hang around a little bit here, pressing the heels. Right heel down, left heel down. It's a good position to access your calf muscle. If you're feeling super tight, press one heel at a time towards the mat. I also like the down dog for the shoulder opening aspect. Let's lift your right leg up high. And bend the knee. Try tapping opposite hip a couple times. And exhale. Step your right foot. Picturing your hands. Face this way. Whew. Now come upright position for a second. Once you come into the low lunge, your bottom knee down to the mat. And bring your hands on top of your front knee. Gonna roll your pelvis down. So think about tucking your tailbone underneath you. So you're not doing a back bend with your chest or spine. So keep your tailbone tucked. And then start to sink your hips down. This is for your hip flexor over your left side. So very small movement, just holding for a few moments. And bring your hands to the mat. Gonna tuck your toes under. And for a moment, lift your back knee off the mat. Okay. And walk your hands more forward. And see if you can bend the knee and hip down more. So your front knee might be going beyond your toes. Let me show you from the side. I'm here. I'm going to here. So knee beyond your toes. This is kind of extreme, but it's great for the ankle joint. Your knees and hips. Support your weight with your hands to the mat. Okay, now bend your bottom knee again. Gonna walk your hands toward the back of your mat. Walk, walk, walk. Your front leg will be straight. So push your right knee down. Flex your toes up. Now tuck your chin, looking down towards your stomach, your rounding back. Stretching the back of your right leg and hold here for 2 breaths. You want to come back to the lunge position we were in the beginning. And keep your left hand to the mat. Make sure your right heel is under your right knee. So 90-degree angle with your right arm. Reach with your right arm up. So this is another great opening twisting pose. Your right arm up and maybe back a little bit. Body folds the eyes, so looking towards your right fingers. Reach up and back. And exhale, lower down. You're coming into swan pose. So move your right foot, heel toe across the mat. And right knee down to the mat. Hands in front. And slowly lower down. So you can stay here, or you can use like a pillow or block to rest your head or forehead. So I have a block right here in front of my face, and I can put my forehead down. So I don't have to hold my head with the neck muscle. So let's hold here for a minute or two, just to really immerse into this big hip opening. So if you're not feeling anything, the flexible hip, you can do a few things. Push your right knee out more angle, or you can bring your heel up a little bit more. So shin is more like a parallel to the front part of your mat. So those are the options to go if you want to feel deeper into the hip opening pose. Okay, so 1 minute. Hold here. And you're coming out of your position slowly. Bring onto your hands and roll your body onto the right hip and swing your back leg all the way in front of you. Insert one posture here, both legs in front. This is the caterpillar pose. If you can, grab your big toes. If you have long legs, grab outside of your calf and just fold your body into half. At least that's the image you're aiming for. Bring your head down. Gently push your knees down to have extra stretch in your hamstrings. All right. Let's bend the knees and cross your legs in front of you and come into down dog. Downward facing dog. I'm gonna start all over again for this long sequence here. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Gonna bend the knee and tapping towards your right hip. And step through between your hands. And lower the bottom knee down. You're gonna come upright position. Remember the first posture is hip flexor opening. So hands on top of your front knee. And before you go deeply, roll your pelvis in. So think about your spine all the way to the tailbone as a capital letter J shape. So you don't want to make like a C by back bending, just the back position. So tailbone tucked, and then lower the hips down. So if you do boxing, it's a hunchback stance. So lengthening your spine, stretching your top of your right thigh, hip flexor area. And from this position, bring your hands in front, tuck your back toes under, and your right knee off the mat. Try to walk your hands more forward. See if you can bring your front knee beyond your left toes. So you might feel the edge in your ankle, flexibility, your knees, just to see where you are. You might feel like your heel off the mat, that's your edge holding. And lower the bottom knee down, relax your back toes, walk your hands towards the back of your mat. So push your left knee down, you'll see flexion of your toes facing up, round your back and looking down towards your belly button. Exhale, couple breaths. And on your next inhale, walk your hands forward. And right hand to the mat, directly under your shoulders, and reach with your left arm up. So this part is opening up your chest, a little bit of the spinal twist. Reach up and over, look beyond your left fingers, couple breaths. And inhale, come on back. And let's go to swan pose. I think we did everything. And going to the pigeon pose, swan pose, whatever you want to call this hip opener. Finding a perfect angle for you for your left hip joint. Each side is different. If you're a right-handed person, usually your left hip is a little more opened compared to the right hip. And once you're feeling settled, come down a little lower to the mat. Feel free to use the block pillow, whatever, to rest your head position. And I'll give you a few moments in silence. Let's do 1 minute or so in this pose. And slowly coming out of your position. Whew. So you can roll your body weight to the left hip as if you're looking behind you. And gently swing your back leg all the way in front. Both legs in front of you. And again, caterpillar pose. Slowly fold your body into a half. couple more postures to go this morning. So go ahead and slowly come on up and cross your legs in front and standing up on your knees. Let's fix that camera for a second. So open your knees apart, about hip width distance, and we do camel pose. It's always great to work on a backward bending, but especially in the morning yoga, it invigorates your everything, your energize, internal organs. You feel overall more uplifting by doing the pose. So hands on your lower back and bring your elbows in towards each other and open up your chest. And take a nice deep inhale. The first one, just go nice and easy. Keep your chest lifted. And as you start to exhale, squeeze your glutes. So lower back is supported. Glute muscle engaged. And start to drop your head back and look back. Focus on the opening on your front part instead of your doing a backward bending on your spine. Opening up, head back. And this one, breathe through your nose, very shallow breath. And inhale to come back. So very easy to feel kind of dizzy, lots of circulation changing. Once you come back to the mat, onto all fours, one counter pose, gonna come into cat pose, round shoulders, striding towards your ears. Get some length on your spine. So we go back and forth with opposing directions of the spine. And come on back. Let's do 2 more times in this pose. Hands on your low back. This is also a great shoulder opening. So we are using your elbows towards each other. Inhale, lift your chest up. Keep your sternum lifted. And exhale, squeeze glutes and look back. Once you're there, short, shallow breath. You should be feeling everything opening up, including your hip flexor, your quad stretching. Inhale to come back. A little dizzy, hands to the mat. Round your spine to cat pose. And just one more time to come up. Hands on your low back. One last time. Inhale. Chest up. Exhale, squeeze. And look back. Lean back. Go back. Pause for 3, 2, 1. And come on back. Cat pose. I'm gonna close your legs behind you. And I'm gonna do this one more spinal twist. We are mid back. So make a shin box here. So right leg inside. Bend your leg in and left leg outside. Bring your hands to the right side of your body and walk just a few inches. The first set here, bend your right elbow only. Left hand on top of your right hand, pushing down to the mat. Look over your right shoulder. Exhale and twist. So actually, when you exhale, use your stomach muscle to breathe all the air out. Inhale, exhale, and twist. Inhale to come up. I'm going to switch sides. So this is the left leg in and right leg outside. Both hands outside of your left hand. or left hip, and walk your hands. So once again, this is the first set. So only your left elbow bent to the mat and right hand on top of your left, pushing down to the mat and look over your left shoulder. Take a breath in. Keep looking back. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to come up. Let's do one more time, each side. So switch the legs. This time you might walk your hands slightly less degree. I want to get both elbows to the mat. So right elbow and left elbow. Once your forearms on the mat, bring your hands on top of each other and look over your right shoulder. So exhale, breathe in, use your belly. Look back, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale, and come on back. Whew. Last side. Go ahead on your own, find the perfect angle for you with your forearms. Then look over your shoulder. And on your inhale, come on back. Let's come back to the cross leg position, just like where we started 1 hour ago. So feeling your body with your spine so much taller, so much space all over the body. Take a breath in through your nose. And exhale, open your mouth and ha. So even the lung capacity is so much bigger compared to the beginning. So your exhale should be longer. Inhale, breathing. And exhale. One more time on your own. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, palms touch and hands to the heart. And looking down to your fingers. Be remembering your intention of your practice for this morning's yoga practice. And you can extend that intention to the rest of your day. Thank you, David and Tom, for joining me for Sunday Yoga. That was a treat to have you guys.
Thanks, Seiko.
Thank you, Tom. Have a great Sunday.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Rigzin. Have a wonderful day.